Hey, we're back at the top again today with another Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. This one is against JustWeavile, and his YouTube link will be down in the description. Remember, if you want to try to get a battle with me, go ahead and follow me at the top on Twitter. That's where I always try to find him, at least first. But the thing about JustWeavile is, we've had a few battles. Mainly, they were all in Generation 6. This is our first one in Generation 7. Well, first one that I'm showing you. We've had a little bit of issue with connections and timing and such, so this is our first, real match. And we're using the team that we built on Sunday, so if you don't know what that team, and if you want to actually see what that team is about, go ahead and click the card up on the top right-hand corner to figure it all out. But just to quickly go over it, we have Primarina, we have Serene, Silvally, Electric Silvally, Chandelure, Necrozma, and Beware, while Jack's rolling with the Ash Greninja, Magnezone, Arcanine, Celesteela, Tapu Fini, and Como. Oh, the Greninja does kind of scare me a bit because it does outspeed my entire team, but I have to wear it down somehow. So, you're also probably wondering, why is this not live and why does this look so good? Well, that's because I'm switching it up just a little bit. Don't worry, there'll still be live battles. There'll only be one per week, but don't forget that there's also going to be league matches soon, and there will also be streams as well once a certain thing decides to get released. Come on, Global Link, get your stuff together. But without further ado, let's see what this team made of duct tape can do, you know? But I mean, there's some highlights that I want to show off, so let's just get into the battle right now. But I do hope you enjoy the new look of the Wi-Fi battles. The live battles won't be this way because I can't really do it live, so it'll just be for the post-com. But if you're excited for this new one, don't forget to drop a like, of course. It's pretty crazy how this looks, don't you agree? Look at how crazy this looks. But he's gonna lead off with his Greninja as I lead off with my Primarina, and of course he's just gonna drop a U-turn just because he doesn't want to get hit with the Moonblast, you know. He is going to bring in his Celesteela, and me making the boneheaded play decided to go for the Energy Ball. Maybe I was thinking of him going into the Tapu Fini, I think, or it could have been something else. I'm trying to remember my thought process, because I had this battle, I want to say 2 days ago. I want to say, but I could be wrong. But he's actually going to pull a switch back into his Greninja, maybe predicting a switch. I'm not sure. I can't tell what he was thinking then, because I'm me, you know. I switch into my Chandelure to take the Steel-type move or something, because I don't really want my Choice Specs Primarina to take anything. So, but he's actually going to switch into his Como. As I switch right back into my Primarina again. Now, if you get the nickname, let me know. I think I might have mentioned it on the channel prior, but, So he's going to switch out, because it's quite effective. Moonblast there, and he goes right back into his Celesteela. And I decided to go for the middle ground play and go for the Scald. It's a Choice Spec Scald, but even with max modest Choice Specs, it doesn't even do half, so that tells me he is, in fact, specially defensive. I do snag the burn, so that might come in handy if he's rocking any, Earthquakes or Heavy Slams, because then I will be able to tank them easier. It's a little bit unfortunate for him, but, I mean, hey, I'll take wherever I can. So, he goes to the Leech Seed here, and now that does kind of tell me which way this set is leaning. It's probably going to be more the Stolly set than anything else, so I can probably expect Protect and not Earthquake, but this Scald is almost going to take it out, not going to take it out completely. The burn won't do anything, especially with a Leech Seed. What am I talking about? So Waifu's just sitting over there, just being there. I can't think of anything witty about a Celesteela nicknamed Waifu. What do you expect from me? How dare you? But right here, I'm kind of predicting a Protect, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out into Blasphemy. Yes, the return of Blasphemy. Except it's yellow this time. It's not an orange one. It's not Fighting Orange. It's Electric Yellow. And this can actually give me a good option. He goes for the Protect. It obviously fails because I don't actually make a move. And so this time I'm going to go for the Parting Shot, just in case if he wants to keep the Celesteela alive for maybe some death fodder, but he instead goes for the Protect to see what I was going for, and of course Parting Shot is going to be blocked by the Protect. Now on this play I decided to go for the multi-attack, because, I mean, the fact that he went for the Protect, he might actually go for the, a Leech Seed if I Parting Shot, and I don't want anything to get Leech Seeded and then I have to go for the, like, I have to switch or something. Instead, the better play was to go for the multi-attack and take out the Celesteela. So the Celesteela goes down, and he's going to bring right back in his Como O. And while I still don't know what this set is, and I don't really want to run into a Choice Scarf one, because I kind of need this thing for the Tapu Fini, I'm going to jump right into my Necrozma here, as he sets up a Dragon Dance. Now, this is semi-perfect, or not even semi-perfect. I kind of wanted to set up my Stealth Rocks after getting hit with a fighting move, or some type of move, and unfortunately, I'm not allowed to because he's set up, I can't play around. I just have to go for the attack, and he goes into Authority, and I'm gonna go for the Psyshock, and that's not going to do very much. I expected him to stay in or something, I don't know. But, I'm actually going to stay in because I don't respect his authority. And he goes to the Volt Switch. That does a ton of damage. Something tells me that might be Choice Specs because, I mean, then again, I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the damage spreads against most of the new Pokemon just yet, as I haven't been battling, like, every day, like some people have. And no, that's not a bad thing, of course, because to each their own. Battling is fun, don't get me wrong. But, so here he's back into his Greninja. I'm obviously not going to stay in because I don't want to get Dark Pulsed. And I go into my Tanuki suit, aka Beware, and to take the Dark Pulse, and of course, there's the U-turn again. So he's just being U-turn happy with that thing. So I need to be aware of that. Unless I'm in on something that is, like, weak, for example. But then again, he did have a free U-turn, because U-turn was super effective on the Necrozma, but hey. But he goes into his Delphino, which is his Tapu Fini, sets up the Misty Surge, and now I'm kind of in a pickle. And it's not the dill kind here. It's actually the sweet and sour, not the sweet and sour, it's the sweet, it's the bread and butter. And those are I don't like those, just like I don't like the situation. So now I'm gonna have to take a huge risk. He could have gone for the Scald right there, trying to, well, no, not even trying to get the burn. He can't burn in Misty Terrain. But I was predicting a Fairy-type move, and that's why I went into my Chandelure, because Chandelure can take that. But of course, he went for the Defog, rocks are gone, and now I'm kind of stuck again. Because, well, now I have to switch again, because I can't risk getting hit with a water move. But then again, nobody knows that I'm running a defensive Chandelure. But I am going to double switch because I don't want to take a water move. And I hop into Rosalina, which is our Serena. And I never noticed that she's kind of wearing a crown. I never noticed that. That's weird. But he actually is going to pull a switch himself and go into Mike the Arcanine. And this one's going to be interesting because he drops the Intimidate, you know. And I go for the high jump kick. Connect! And Mike just dropped the mic on me, living that high jump kick by like 14,000 miles. But here, what's going to happen is he's actually going to pull a double switch as going right back into Authority. Kind of a huge risk because I could have stayed in, but odds are I wasn't because I did get intimidated. And he actually made the great prediction because I went right back into Julian. And this is not a good situation. He has me on the run, and I need to go right back into my Tanuki Beware, and he's got a free Volt Switch, but I thought that my Beware was able to take this the best, and I mean, not really. That's definitely Choice Specs. I'm max HP Assault Vested. There's no way that should do that much damage. Almost half to a Beware? Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But here we are once again in this bread and butter situation. And I need to get out here, so I go right back out into... Well, I don't actually go right back out into something, but I was predicting like a water or a fairy move. Luckily, I got it right and predicted the water move, because I wasn't going to pull the switch into my Chandelure again, because that's risky business right there. But I am going to bring in Primarina to take the Surf, luckily, and I'm just going to go for Scald, because, you know, I'm expecting a switch. And look at this. It's a clean one shot right on the Magnezone. And that is a huge burden off my shoulders because now I don't need that Choice Specs. At least I'm assuming it's Choice Specs. So it's off my field. I don't know where I was going with that. So here he brings out the Como O. And I don't really want to Scald it. I'm predicting maybe a Poison type move. Specifically Poison Jab. Instead, he decides to whip out the Z move, And I'm so glad that it's the poison move, because I predicted this correctly. Because I was, for some reason, just in my head, I'm like, okay, he's totally gonna do the poison type move. Why else would he bring this in? He must know I'm choice specs, and look at that. That is just disgusting how little that does. That was a Z move. That was a Z move. And he still doesn't even know that I'm max defensive Chandelure as he sets up a Dragon Dance. I would have loved to go for Will-O-Wisp in this situation, but alas, I cannot because the Misty Terrain is up. It's blocking any sort of status from being inflicted on the opponent, but it goes away. A cool breeze blew it away, and now we can freely go for the Will-O-Wisp after taking a huge chunk of damage from that +1 Dragon Claw. And I don't know why people never use this set. It's like, it's pretty solid. I think I used it once before in Showdown in Generation 6, but I mean, it's holding its own. Plus, nobody ever expects it. That is the biggest key ever. So, he's gonna go for the Dragon Claw again. Here, I am gonna live it this time. Because of the Rocky Helmet, though, my decision to go for Pain Split is a little bit, like, it didn't really make sense. Because as you can see, I'm only going to get up to 29. And maybe I was thinking the burn damage could finish it off, but now instead of having a Chandelure, like, at still alive, the Como-O is actually going to take me out, but the combination of Rocky Helmet and Burn will take out the Como-O. So it's going to be a double down here. Not like the KFC sandwich. So, what's going to happen now is he's going to bring back out the Greninja. It's the fastest thing he has. And, yeah, so I do kind of predict that. So I'm going to go into Blasphemy. Blasphemy can survive any hit, really, from this thing. Unfortunately, it can't fire back at it because it's going to U-turn yet again. Oh, my goodness. All these U-turns. And I thought the highway doesn't allow those things. Yeah, I mean, you've seen those, like, those gravel roads in between the roads, you know? But he goes for the Intimidate here on the switch into his Arcanine. But, hey, I was one step ahead. You really think that I wouldn't have prepared for that and wouldn't have thought he would go for U-turn? He's been U-turning out this entire game. So, I should go for Parting Shot, as that's the best thing ever. Because, once again, now I can go right back out into my Primarina. I don't know why I added those spaces, but as you can see, that bait and switch combination is going into full force. But unfortunately here, he Toxics, and more unfortunately, I predict the switch, thinking he might want to keep it here. So I do go for the Energy Ball. Very bad play on my part, as it's not even stab. It's not going to do much, and I can't stay in here because I am choice spexed, so I can't just keep energy balling this thing in the face. I mean, this thing could be Michael Jordan, so we could be energy balling on the court, but I don't really want to try that, because, I mean, have you ever tried? Like, if I went one-on-one against Michael Jordan right now, he'd just style all over me. So instead, I'm actually going to go into my Tanuki suit, aka Beware, take this burn up, which is actually terrifying, because I mean, it's weak to it. It's weak to fire moves, but luckily, because this thing is defensive, the Arcanine and the Beware, I'm able to survive, and unfortunately I get Toxic here, but now I've actually never had to deal with a burn-up Arcanine, and I don't really know what type it is, because after I go for the Hammer Arm, it's not super effective. I thought it was normal type all this time, or at least after burn-up, and what ends up happening is it's just straight up typeless. It has the question mark type, because that is neutral to everything. At least that's what I have to assume after that Hammer Arm did not do anything. So I want to keep this thing around for the, whatever it's called, Death Fodder, as I go back out into Primarina and predicting the Morning Sun, because at this rate, I'm thinking he's probably gonna Morning Sun to try to stall out the toxic damage, and I don't want to stick around for that. I have better things to do, you know, like switching to Primarina like I did so right now. But, of course, Julian is poisoned as well. Not going to take too much. This is the first turn of toxic damage after it was reset. And he's actually going to go for the extreme speed. And I kind of make another dumb play as I decide to go for the Moonblast instead of the Scald. At least it was better than Energy Ball. But, I mean, look at that damage. Look at that damage. I was thinking, oh my goodness, he didn't switch again? Are you kidding me? and then I saw that damage, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. More than likely, I'm going to lose my Choice Specs primary in it. That's not the end of the world, because this Arcanine was literally a pain in my side, and I only needed my Primarina for that. But now that Primarina's job is done, I can deal with everything else, especially like preserving my Silvally for the Tapu Fini, because if I didn't have the Electric Silvally, then I wouldn't have anything to do with the Tapu Fini, because I just lost my energy balling Pokemon. So now, of course, he's going to bring back in the Greninja. Once again, I predict that and go out into my Electric Silvally here. So, and I literally, once again, who would have expected this? I did. I totally, actually, no, I didn't. I go for the multi-attack. And you can definitely tell that this is physically defensive. But he said it goes really well with the Celesteela to have the specially defensive Celesteela and physically defensive freaking Tapu Fini here. And the thing is, that is a stab, max attack, adamant, multi-attack, electric type. And it didn't even do half. So here, I'm forced to parting shot, because I need to keep my HP high enough to where he can't knock my, whatever its face, Silvally out without having to, like, if I have to sack off something to the Greninja, because I can't take 2 hits from it, so I need something to sack off to the Greninja, so then I can bring out the Silvally to take a hit from Ash Greninja. So here I'm going to sack off my Beware here, and that, I mean, that's fine. I just needed a good switch in to this thing, and I'm just going to bring out the Queen of the Galaxy, Rosalina, again, and, I mean, it's Queenly Majesty. You gotta respect this authority. I mean, look at this. You want to Moonblast me? Try again. Look how little that does. Try again. Maybe you can try it again on Tuesday, but hey, bad news. I'm not here on Tuesday. I'm definitely not. I do drop the Trop Kick right on Tapu Fini's face. It is going to survive, but it's not going to survive a second one. But I will be able to survive a second Moonblast. You know, well, that is great. That is just absolutely great. But unfortunately, I do have to worry about the Greninja in the back, because Greninja can just pop right back in, just pop its face around the corner, and then you get the spooky music like, here comes Ash Greninja, here comes Ash Greninja. It's coming, it's coming. But, I mean, it's inevitable. But we do drop another Trop Kick on the Delfino, and Delfino Plaza is just being raided. But now, it's time. It's time. I don't think I can live an Ice Beam from Greninja here. Ash Greninja is probably going to show up. It's not looking good, because I just need Silvally to live 1. But he goes for the Dark Pulse. I'm like, oh, I might be able to live at 17 HP is what stops Ash Greninja from raining on my parade. And this duct tape team survives against a very quality team. And that's crazy. And that is crazy. But of course, if you do want to see more Wi-Fi battles, go ahead and show your love and like button by dropping one from the top and subscribing if you have not. We will be having more battles this way. Let me know if you like this way or you prefer live, because then that does kind of help me decide which style goes up on the channel. But with that, though, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you back in the top later on, because that is how you do it.